Welcome back to the Jewish Roots Life Group. And in this series on the Ten Commandments, we're now getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're now down to Commandments 4 and 9 and what relationship they have to each other. And this one's going to be very interesting because a lot of people will say, how in the world can there be any kind of relationship between these two? Let's find out. Glad you're here and let's discover it together. What are Commandments 4 and 9? Well, Commandment number 4 was remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And Commandment number 9, you must not testify falsely against your neighbor, or commonly say bear false witness, depending on what version you have. So what in the world do these have in relationship to each other? But once again, like we've done before, we have to define a couple of terms here, define a couple of words, so we know exactly what it is we're talking about. So let's look at them one at a time. Let's look at the Sabbath. What does it mean? On the seventh day, God rested and declared it to be the Sabbath rest for what He has accomplished. So in Genesis, where it talks all about day 1, what He created, day 2, so on and so forth, on the seventh day, He ceased His activity from everything He was doing and declared it a day of rest to show everything that He has accomplished. It was a time to stop activities and declare the testimony of creation. Notice how it's highlighted in yellow, the word testimony. Sabbath is a testimony to bear witness, highlighted in yellow, of His truth, His work, His creation, what He has done, what He is doing. So the Sabbath is bearing testimony or witness of this. So naturally, we have to see what testimony and truth are. Testimony. In law and in religion, testimony is a solemn attestation to the truth of a matter. So when you give a testimony, it's attesting to the truth of something. Now, the letters Aleph and Dalet are God the Father of creation. And remember, it means witness from a previous teaching. So Aleph and Dalet. Truth, the word truth, is the property of being in accord with fact or reality. And truth in Hebrew is comprised of 3 letters, Aleph, Mem, and Tav. God the Father, renewal, and divinely ordained time. Also, the letters, believe it or not, are the exact beginning, middle, and end of the Hebrew alphabet. Aleph is the first one, Mem is in the middle, and Tav is the last letter of the alphabet. And Aleph, Mem, Tav spell truth in Hebrew. Beginning, middle, end, way, truth, life. Coincidence? Or divinely appointed and divinely ordained? So what does it mean to bear false witness? Perjury is the intentional act of swearing a false oath or falsifying an affirmation to tell the truth, whether spoken or in writing, concerning matters material to an official proceeding. So how is perjury different from making false statements? Well, to commit perjury, you have to be under oath, and you have to knowingly lie about something that's relevant to the case at hand. In addition to its literal meaning of false testimony in court, this passage also prohibits gossip, slander, and hearsay or rumors. Wow. This is where it gets real. Do not bear false witness. Now, it does obviously have the connotation of an official under oath testimony, but it also has the connotation of gossip, slander, and hearsay of your neighbor. Ooh, now that just got real. Lies, rumors, and false statements. Let's go on with that. Revelation 21:8. But cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, murderers, immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake burning in sulfur, the second death. No more, that's pretty clear. Proverbs 25:18. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe, wounding them with a sword, or shooting them with a sharp arrow. That's pretty clear as well. Proverbs 12:22. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. Colossians 3:9. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices. Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any wholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful or building. We looked at this before. Building up others according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen or hear you. Do you see the theme? Do you see the repetition here about lying, about false statements, bearing false witness? Pretty serious. What does it have to do with keeping the Sabbath holy? Well, the Sabbath is all about testimony. Remember how we said it was God's testimony to what he's done, what he's created. Remember and keep holy what God has done for us, so that his name and ours in him will be honored and display his truth in creation. That's what it's all about. Honoring his name, honoring what he's done, and keeping it holy. His testimony should be our testimony. So if he honored the Sabbath to display his testimony, we should honor the Sabbath to display his testimony. His word is true. We speak his word of truth, declaring his testimony, declaring his name. So Sabbath and testimony, the relationship. When the Sabbath is not honored, the rest of the week is tainted and not a witness of the Creator. When we give a false testimony or false witness against our neighbor, remember the lying and the gossip and all the bad, unwholesome talk? If we do that against our neighbor or brother, the rest of the proceeding is tainted and does not give credibility to our reputation or our name. And if we're supposed to be carrying the name of the one who created us, then we are not carrying the name, his name, correctly. And we're not bearing witness to what he has done. And we're definitely not carrying the reputation of him and our Creator. So Sabbath and testimony. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. It's all about being a witness. It's all about testimony. It's all about truth. The relationship is you honor the Sabbath. You keep the Sabbath because it is a testimony of God and his name. You don't lie. You don't bear false witness because it's a testimony of your name and the name of the one who created you. So the link is the testimony between the Sabbath and the bearing witness, the carrying of the name. All right, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and we got one more to go, and I look forward to it. Let's get it done.